Hi, everyone. This is Lou Martin, and I've managed once again to persuade my dear friend Sian Brown to come and share her talents, her wisdom, and her amazing sense of humor, which never fails to move me to lighten our load here in lockdown land. How are you today, Sian?
I'm good, Lou. I'm good. And if you don't laugh, you cry. Isn't that right?
That's the one, my friend. Without a sense of humor, it's just not funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, yes. So, sweetheart, you're doing these great lives with your living jukebox and your songwriting workshop and all of that. So, would you like to talk about that and tell us a bit about that?
Yeah, I don't know about great, but they're certainly live. And I'm
Okay,
doing
you got me already. Look at that.
Mondays, I'm doing a show called Talk About Tunes where people log on and we can all chat about our favorite music and what songs remind us of what and what era they were from, what age we were when we heard them. And there's a lot of conversations going on with music there. And then on Wednesday nights, I do jukebox where I get dressed up and I play 5 or 6 songs with some kind of a theme. And Fridays, I do collaborative songwriting online with adults on Friday night. And on Mondays and Fridays at 2 p.m. in the day, I do collaborative songwriting with 9 to 12-year-olds online as well.
Fantastic. And what are some of the great songs that you've come up with, you and your crew so far?
Well, the kids are amazing. The kids are
Right.
just rocking it. They're just absolutely incredible. And what we do with the 9 to 12-year-old groups is we replace songs that they like. So we replace the words of, say, Shake It Off by Taylor Swift or loads of different kind of songs that age group would be listening to, and we replace them with our own lyrics. But they're so funny, they're all about being in lockdown and not being able to see our friends and having to stay away from people, but they're really funny as well. And I think it's quite therapeutic for this age group to do that because they're very frustrated. And 9 to 12-year-olds, you're not a child anymore, but you're not even a teenager, and it's already a really confusing age. So I think it's helping a few of them. Yeah, it's a shame that we don't have more 9 to 12-year-old males on. It seems to all be females. I'd love to see more males wanting to come and write songs, but that's what's happening anyway. And then the adults, yeah, we've been writing different songs. The first couple of songs were about the coronavirus, but last week's song was just about aliens. So I think people are sick of the coronavirus and wanting to sick of the planet and wanting to get off it at this stage.
Yes.
But there's some really interesting stuff being written, and it's good fun. It's good fun.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic. And so where would the 9 to 12-year-olds and their parents find that if they want to get into that?
Just on my page, and obviously Facebook is for over 18s or something, isn't it? So you have to ask your parents' permission. You would access the workshop through your parents' account, because when I do my adult stuff, it's not necessarily suitable for children. Adults, yeah, we can talk about a lot of things like drinking and stuff that children couldn't talk about. So the children have to access the workshops through their parents, and that's it. So that's kind of good as well. It's safety as well.
Okay, that's great. So your page, Sian Brown.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay, all right. And do I notice that you've decided to live without the E on the end of your name? That I was scolded because I left that off one time. Is this the new look?
Oh no, I've never had an E on the end of my name, Lou.
Okay, all right. Well, see, that's why we need to talk more often because I get these details all confused. Okay, good to know. Maybe I put one on and it shouldn't have been there. That must have been it.
Yes, that's what a lot of people do all the time.
Oh,
But
okay.
it's no E on the end of my name.
Right, and of course, you were saying at one point that your background is Welsh, not just English.
Yeah, my dad's family is all Welsh. Now, my dad was raised in Newcastle, and he was a Geordie, really, but he was born in Wales, and his mum is Welsh, my Welsh grandma, and I've got loads of cousins in Wales, and yeah, so lots of Welsh family and lots of English family.
Right. Cool. So Welsh is Richard Burton and Anthony Hopkins and
Tom
Michael
Jones.
Tom Jones, exactly. Are there Welsh singers and musicians that you?
Oh yeah, loads.
Okay, I don't.
Yeah, but I mean, Steve Balsamo is a great one.
Okay,
Yeah, there is loads of Welsh singers. Definitely, the Welsh are known for their singing.
okay, all right.
Welsh are
Well,
known for their singing.
oh, are they? Okay, good to know.
Yeah,
Good.
because the Welsh accent is like a bit singing itself. It's all up and down, see?
Yes,
So
I'm getting the picture. That's wonderful. Very
yeah.
good. Very good. Fantastic. And so when you did a chat. The one I caught was about dance music, and
Oh yeah.
yeah, no, which is great. So I mean, it's I'm really just wanting to connect you with more people because your energy is great. Of course, I love what you're doing, and I just want to get the word out there for people. When you're doing the jukebox, how is that going? Are people enjoying that?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's not as if I'm a superstar or anything.
Yeah, not yet. Really?
I don't have millions of people logging on or anything, but there's a decent amount of people watching the replays, and I'm just playing music. Look, I'm just keeping myself occupied, and whoever else wants to be occupied with me.
Good.
Last night went really well because I did it in support of, or to give awareness to a campaign by Cope Foundation with hashtag Who I Miss, and I wanted to just alert people to that campaign to get tablets and phones to adults with intellectual disabilities so that they can contact their family in lockdown, because there's a bit of lack of understanding as to what's going on in that population. So I was really happy to see that at least 3 people donated money last night just because I did it. So look, I don't care that I'm not being viewed by hundreds and thousands of people. 3 people donated money to a really good cause last night because of me. So
Yeah, brilliant. Well done. Well done. So if they wanted to see that link and support that cause, they go to Sian Brown.
yeah, all of the lives are still on my channel from way back from
Okay.
March,
Okay.
whatever lockdown started. Yeah.
Okay, good.
I think we're on week 5 this week. Yeah. So 5 weeks worth of stuff up there.
Okay, great. What else do you want to chat about today? Yeah.
God, I don't know. It's a beautiful day. Yeah, I don't know. How are you doing with the lockdown, Lou?
I'm basically good. Thank you. Yeah, keeping busy with interviews. This is my 4th this week, so it's been a good week for interviews. I think that while we have this, a lot of people have this time on their hands. They're really rethinking the future, and of course how we got to this strange place. I was just reading to another friend here, Poppy Sprague. I'm doing a workshop with her. She's a therapist. We're doing something together on Saturday, and was just sharing Patricia Cota-Robles' post that came through last night, basically saying that what we've created is something that humanity's been asking for lifetimes. To hit the pause button and really have a chance collectively to just think deeply about the purpose of our life. And I think it's just wonderful, hun, that you're out there putting out your music, putting out your energy, putting out your high and loving vibes, and lifting people up and giving people something to hook into. And as you know, that's what I love to do as well. I want to keep people inspired and excited and hopeful and thinking outside the box, and not just staying in the little dull gray world that most people live most of the time.
That's it, isn't it? Yeah. And I think you're right. It's so funny. I was talking to a friend of mine, Dee, and she is also a very deep thinker and a very deeply spiritual. And we were talking. It was so funny that we'd go for coffee every couple of weeks just to catch up. And we would have always been saying, God, something needs to change. The world needs to change. Look at all this materialism. Look at the plastic in the oceans. What's going on? We need to be woken up. And then this came along and everybody was like, no, it's okay. It's okay. I didn't mean it. But no, it is like the perfect time for collective reflection, self-reflection. Definitely, we hopefully have a lot of people now looking inside themselves and at the planet going, okay, we couldn't have gone on the way we were going on without something drastic happening. I mean, we were cutting down all the forests, we were killing all the animals, we were like concreting over everything, we were killing the world, which is the beautiful being that we live on, that we need to live and thrive, for us to live and thrive. So this is a big slap on the wrist, really, isn't it, from Mother Earth and from from our inner guides. I would hope everybody, and I would hope that coming out of this, there will be more, because we have all been going along in our grey, dull worlds, kind of brainwashed by all the media and just going, like, even myself. And I know that I was doing a really, really decent thing. And I suppose in my mind, that's why I got lazy, because I was like, well, look, it's not my number one passion, but I'm doing something good at least. Like it's the best plan B I could have ever imagined, because I am working with music with vulnerable people. So it's not as if I'm doing a job that I hate, working for a person that is, So I think
Yes,
that's why
we all do. Go on. Sorry.
No, I think that's why I got complacent, really, as well. But definitely this lockdown has taught me that I really love being a musician and a performer and a dancer, and I can't walk away from that anymore. And I don't. It doesn't really matter to me my age or anything like that. I can't stop doing what I love. So
Yes.
if it's done that for me, it must have done that for hundreds and thousands of people, you'd hope.
Yes.
That people are going, why am I living this life that I'm not really even happy about? We only get one life. This could, this also makes us think about mortality. Like, oh God, what if I got the virus and I was one of those people that it affected really badly, and I died, what have I done with my life up to now? I'm just going along with everybody else's bullshit. So yeah, so hopefully lots and lots of people have decided, okay, I wasn't living my best life, as Oprah would say. So I need to change things, and I'll certainly be changing things. But I think the world is going to change things for me anyway. I don't think there's going to be as much funding for music therapy when we get out of this, because of the financial crash and all that we're heading into. So the world is kind of forcing me to go back to my passions, which is great. It's good. I'm like, okay, I'll take that one.
Brilliant. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I hung on every word, sweetheart. That was yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's in the channeling that I do, my guides say your passion is your purpose.
Yeah.
And when we're stirred up as we are about seizing this incredible opportunity of a lifetime, yeah. And as you said, what am I here to do, and am I doing it, and how can I help? How can I serve? How can I love? How can I inspire people, as well as take care of myself and my duties and obligations in life? Yeah, as you said, it for a long time we've been living lives of quiet desperation, as Thoreau said, and now it's really forced us to deepen our commitment, to what we want our lives to be about. And that's what Healing Crisis does, as you and I know, as healers and survivors of crazy families and crazy situations, it challenges us. And we're here, to help people understand that they can be more than they have been. And if we believe in our dreams and we help each other to see what's possible in our own hearts, if people are willing to look really and feel what's inside of us, things will change dramatically for the better. And I absolutely believe that that's what this is going to create.
Oh God, yes, that's my biggest hope as well for this. That like we come out of this and we veer off into a more positive direction. then it would be all worth it, you know, nearly. I mean, I don't condone anybody dying, or like, I send love to everybody. I know that it's really, really hard for a lot of people right now, but if we could come out of this and go in a good direction, that is also honoring the people who died, I would reckon, as well. So
Yes.
yeah, it's really, really yeah, it's really funny, that quiet desperation you were talking about. That was me most of my most of my life, I guess. Is that quiet desperation of, okay, I have to try and be a normal person, but really I want to run down this street in a million different wigs and scream my head off and dance. And how can I control that? I think that's why I like David Byrne. That's his vibe as well. But
Absolutely.
yeah, and as well, I'm, because of the age I am, I'm going to be 40 next month. Like, it really bothered me what people thought in the past, but I'm getting to that beautiful age where I'm like, oh, look, you know, there's always going to be, yeah, exactly. There's always going to be some meanie that
Right.
sees you and gets jealous or whatever. And instead of like trying to fix themselves or go inside themselves and reflect, or, you know, go, oh, I could do that. Just want to bring you down and pull you down. And I've come across that all my life. But now I'm at the age where I'm like, all right, come on. I don't
Yeah.
care anymore.
Yeah.
And I don't care who's watching, and I don't care what part of the world you're from. Actually, I embrace the whole planet, like anywhere. If you want to watch me from anywhere, that is cool with me. And yeah, just ignoring all the people who want to keep you down just because their own they're not doing well with their own self-reflection.
Exactly.
Self-reflection.
Yes, yes, yes. Well, yeah, you know, I mean, bless you, honey. This is the role of the artist, the teacher, and the healer, you know, and it's our first job is to love and accept ourselves. And, you know, sweetheart, you've done more work on that than anyone I know, I think, because of your really, truly, because of your passion to share your music and your arts. And I love that you're getting into dance and talking about dance and all that. And it's about freedom, isn't it? And that we can be as free as we allow ourselves to be.
That's it. It is about freedom. And most people go and live in these boxes because they don't want other people to point them out and go, you're weird, or what are you doing, or you're wrong. And it keeps everybody in line. Everybody's policing each other. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't get too far out of your box now. And I think that is one of the things that's wrong with this society, the way we all keep each other down in a way.
Yeah.
So we can be as free as we want. Now, there's a certain, you know, you can be free, but, you know, I know that you can't be allowed to be ridiculous. Like, you can't go around killing people, and you can't go around being nasty or stealing things. You know, I'm not talking about that freedom, but like,
Right.
just to express yourself in the most beautiful way. We're so individual, right? This is what I was thinking. I watched a TED talk, and
Yeah.
some woman said that talking about your chances, so your chances of being born as you, right?
Right.
Not only the statistics of that one sperm reaching the egg, but also coming to full term, and like everything, like the two parents being a proper match and everything. So she was saying that it's 4 trillion to 1, 4 trillion to 1 that you've made it here safely as yourself. Like,
Right.
and then you want to just go and work in some stupid job that you hate,
Right.
taking orders from some idiot.
Right.
Like, why would you do that? Why would you do
Right.
that? I'm only going to be Sian once. Like, my spirit will continue. I believe
Right.
that.
Yeah.
But the person, the character Sian, is only going to happen once.
Yes.
You know, I mean, even if I get reincarnated, I'll be a different. I won't be
Yeah.
Sian.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
So,
Same.
you know, and even if I go off to another planet or wherever, I'm not going to be this Sian. So
That's
this is
right.
my one time as Sian. And
That's right.
what am I just going to walk through life like not following my passions just because other people, as soon as I try and break out of my box, want to put me back in it? No.
No.
So I'm going to be as flamboyant as I want to. I know that I've never really fit in anywhere, but I don't really care anymore. And I don't care what I just you've got to self-reflect. This is the perfect time. You've got to reach inside yourself and go, who do I want to be? What do I love to do? Why have I been doing this shit for so long? What's going on? Where can I go? How can I make the first steps to being a different person, the person that I want to be? Because you can be anybody. Anybody can be anybody. As long as you put your heart and mind into it, you can do anything.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And I'm just ranting here with you a little bit again, Lou.
Well, I just like winding you up and letting you go. It's a great joy, sweetheart, of course, I feel 100% the same. And this is, we've had so many great chats over the years. And this is what you and I and Jimmy and Joanne and many people, know in our hearts is our deepest truth, is that, the Pleiadians through Marciniak calls the systems busters. And, it's about being the rebel and, or the outsider or what have you. And it's basically, shaking people up and helping people to wake up and see that a better life is possible. And we're creating our own life all the time. We give our power away, as you said. And someone said it's like COVID 1984. Yeah, with Jeremy Scahill said that. It's like with the lockdown and all these predictions and fears about more control and less freedom and all that. So while that's, I just had this chat with this friend. While people are fearing that, you and I and others are over here saying, no, you can do it differently. You can do it better. You can live from the inside out. You can believe in your self-love and self-worth and your dreams and desires. And you can let the loving creative universe inside you and all around you guide you and lead you and connect you to other like-minded people who will, like you and I are doing here, cheer you on and say anything is possible. And how good can you stand it is the question for my guides to all of us. So, the new world is there for anyone who's willing to believe that it's possible. That's what I think. Yeah.
Yes, the power of positivity for sure, and a choice. Yeah, yes, that's what I would hope. I mean, for years and years and years, and you know this, Lou, I was suffering from depression all my life. I can remember being very depressed as a very young child, and I can remember my first suicidal thoughts very young, probably about seven or eight. So I suffered from depression all my life. And one thing that happens when you suffer from depression, and I was quite suicidally depressed before in my early 20s, and I would have been on antidepressants and everything. And I was very agoraphobic for a couple of years. And I spent a couple of years in my bedroom thinking about stuff, just thinking about stuff. And why did I get here? Why am I here? This is so painful. I'm not enjoying this. I don't like this life. Why was everything set up for me to fail? Why was I put in this place where nobody gets me? Why, so many questions I don't understand. And I always thought, okay, universe, why did you put me here right now? This is the wrong time for me. I should be like 100 years in the future where people have figured some fucking spiritual stuff out. Like, I don't get it. I don't get why I'm here right now. And that would have been a feeling that I've had all my life. I don't understand why I came in now. But now it's kind of like, oh, maybe this is why I came in now. Yeah. Maybe this is why I came in now. Maybe after this, people are going to need to see people choosing a different, more positive direction. Oh, and like, I'm not saying that I'm anybody special. I'm just the same as everybody else. There is nobody better or worse than me. We are all equal in spirit. I am not saying that I'm some kind of a guru, not that I would ever want to be anything like that. But I'm saying that there is something in me that is forcing me to put myself out there and to put like my views out there, which is we can choose a better world. We can move in a better direction. We can live in harmony with the planet. We don't have to be such assholes. We don't have to be such assholes to ourselves, to the animals, to the planet. We don't have to, we can create a new system. And I think something this big could be what moves us in that direction. You'd hope that more people now than ever would want to stand up and go, no, I don't like the way that we're doing things, and it needs to change. So hopefully. Oh
yeah. No, it's well, thank you for sharing all that, sweetheart. I mean, many people, of course, find life extremely difficult, challenging, unbearable. And we know in Ireland, the statistics for suicide are shockingly high,
Yeah.
especially in young people. And it's, it is because, to my mind, as you've said so beautifully, people don't accept their own inner guidance, and we tend to talk ourselves out of stuff that we know in our heart of hearts, as you said, is really our deepest passions. Spirit says inspiration is the voice of spirit. And to me, as we've talked about, that's what I live for, is to give and receive inspiration. And you're certainly inspiring me here today, once again, which is a joy. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sure, my pleasure, my pleasure. And when we're inspiring each other, then things are coming alive, like you said, and new possibilities, and new ideas, and new ways of living, and new ways of walking and talking, and being in the world. And all the people that we've loved, like I've dipped in and out of your music things when I can, your talks and your jukebox and all of that, your dance around the kitchen making Jimmy's pasta sauce, all of that. And you're there one day you're in a blonde wig, and I'm like, wow, look at this. So I'm just so loving the spirit that you're bringing through everything you're doing and everything you're saying here today. And this is it. It's if we have a vision and we're inspired, then anything is possible. And the more that we come together and help each other to believe in our dreams, the more dreams are alive in the world, and the more people will catch those dreams. And we've just everyone's been giving their power away, is the simple way I look at it.
Yeah.
And if we're willing to be fools for love, or fools for art or music, or the truth or freedom, which I certainly am, that absolutely, as you are, then we're willing to fall on our faces 100 times in order to have one experience that is really truly meaningful and valuable, and opens the door to greater possibilities. So I'm excited about things. Today, yesterday we got this post, and Patricia Cote-Robles was saying that on the 22nd is the 50th anniversary of Earth Day.
Oh.
And yes, and she said, that as I said, this pause is something that people have been asking for from God for lifetimes. And on the 50th anniversary of Earth Day, there are going to be millions of people giving thanks for Mother Earth and making amends for how badly we've treated this planet and ourselves and each other, and men to women, and societies to children, and the Western world to the indigenous cultures, and on and on and on, all the amends that need making, so that we can come back into respect and reverence for all life, and live in a world of harmony and joy and freedom, where everyone feels safe, loved, and supported, and is treated with equality and respect. That's my vision for life. That's what I want to live to see, and I have no doubt that this is going to happen. We're going to help this we're going to help to give birth to this new vision. That's my strongest knowing.
Yeah, that's what I would like to be a part of. I'd like to be a part of the giving birth to a new direction in a more positive way of living in harmony with each other and planets, and our planet and the universe and animals and everything. Because we forgot somewhere along the line, Lou, we forgot how amazingly, incredibly unique and beautiful we are as a creature. And we've just been going along yeah, whatever, I'm Eddie and I work in this place, and and because we've been here a long time now, since this civilization that began, we've been here a long time. So you get kind of bored, I guess, and nothing seems to be coming, and you just get complacent. But we forget, we are incredibly unique, beautiful creatures with, look at all our art, and look at all the things that we make and the buildings that we build, and we're such incredibly complex and beautiful, sensitive beings. And we're not just, as David Icke says all the time, we're not just Ethel down the road. we're this is life. And look, we have fingers to to write and to draw and to play music, and we have eyes to see all this beautiful stuff, and we have brains to figure out different things to do and give us ideas, and not just us as well. Like, the planet is so beautiful. Like, how could we be destroying such a beautiful place? There's a Netflix series called Moving Art, and if you watch it, it's just all these different places around the world that are just stunningly beautiful, like the Skelligs and places in New Zealand, and just like, what are we doing? We're so lucky to be here. And it's taken me a long time to get to that point. Where I'm like, oh my God, I'm so lucky to be here. I'm so lucky to be alive. This is incredible. And like, I'm fairly fortunate. I know that what you were saying, there isn't very much inequality going on around the world, but I'm not in some war-torn area. I'm not in some slum somewhere. I'm already privileged, despite all the stuff that's already happened to me as well. But we just really, really, really need to grasp the fact that we are absolutely beautiful creatures that radiate love and energy, and we need to get back to that, rather than the 1984 we're just a worker bee in some kind of stupid bigger plot for some, do you know what I mean?
Sure. With Joni Mitchell, Woodstock, we are stardust, we are golden, and we've got to get ourselves back to the garden, Yeah, babe. Joanne Makepeace, you might know that name. Yeah, she says, hi, guys. Great to see you. Loved your songs last night, Sian, and it got me and my 22-year-old talking about music. Thank you.
Oh, cool. So, big love to Joanne. I love Joanne. And I saw her there last night. And she's always very positive, commenting and stuff. And she's just a beautiful, beautiful person.
Thank you, honey. Thank you. That'll mean a lot to her. That's brilliant. How's Jimmy doing? Since we're talking partners here, how's your man doing?
Jimmy is good. He is upstairs working. He's working from home now, so he got sent stuff so that he can work from home. So he's doing Monday to Friday, just working. So we're very fortunate with money. He's still working from home, and I was already doing a social welfare scheme, the Start Your Own Business scheme. So all my business has gone, but I'm still getting that underlying small payment. So we can pay the rent, we can buy our food. So that's fine. That's all I care about. And before all this happened, I had saved up enough money to record my album, and that is staying put. I'm using that for my album. So my album is paid for, and I'm probably facing into like not so much money anymore, but that's okay, because the album is the money for that secured, and we're healthy, and we can pay the rent, and we can buy food. So we're okay.
Yes. Well, I'm not sure about your rocky future. I think you're on the road to find out, my friend. Like me too here, and it's just always a joy to touch base with you and catch up and try to keep up with all that you're putting out there. It's just brilliant. So final thoughts. People will find you on Sian Brown on Facebook and have your schedule there for your songwriting and your jukebox.
Yeah. I mean, it's just Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 8 o'clock. Jukebox is on Wednesdays, and it's all live streamed. So it's not perfect, but I'm not perfect. Nobody's perfect, so don't give me a hard time, right? And I generally don't do much rehearsal for the jukeboxes. I just kind of go at it and have a laugh. So yeah, you can find me on my Facebook, Sian Brown, but I also have a music website, sianbrown.ie. And you can check out my music and stuff on Spotify. And if you're interested in me, you can find me.
Yes. How many albums have you recorded?
I have 2 solo albums, and I have an album with Jimmy. So I've recorded 3 albums, and I've been featured on another album, 2 other albums actually. And then this album that I'm recording is going to be my 3rd solo album, but my fourth release. Brilliant.
All right,
and
sweetheart.
Still nobody takes me seriously, a bastard.
No.
I'm joking.
Yes. You're just slightly ahead of your time, but I think we're all ready to catch up with you now, especially.
You're not the first person who's told me that I'm ahead of my time. I wouldn't say that, but.
Yeah, well, just slightly, and I think we're catching up, as I'm saying.
Millisecond.
Yes. Things are coming together. Well, I'm going to love you and let you go. And thank you so much for hanging out here and all that you're doing. Thank you from my heart to yours.
Oh, no worries. And thanks for loving me and all my imperfections, Lou. And I love you loads. And me and Jimmy love you loads. And we think that you're a great inspiration too. And you're relentlessly out there working for the good of humanity. And it's just beautiful. And yeah, it's good for sensitive people to get together and give each other support.
That's right. Have a laugh, as we say. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you so much, sweetheart. That means the world to me. All right. Well, be well. Enjoy your day, and I will talk to you soon. Okay.
Yeah, and sorry for swearing. I was just brought up that way. It's not my fault.
You're just fine, honey.
My dad swore like a sailor at me like my whole life. So
Not
I'm so sorry about the swearing. It's just something that I do.
I'll put an X rating for this so people will.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks again. Talk to you soon, hon. Love you.
I love you too. Bye.
All right. Bye for now.
Bye.